ended up saving 2 onions to push it to the side in the fridge to make for a taco dish, and I still was left with pretty much 2 other onions and then a few other carrots. And that's how I keep the cycle going. I know I wanted to try that reusable bag thing, but like just Ziplocs, man, it just works out a lot quicker, and it helps me to be able to still like stay consistent at doing what I love. And so I'm gonna put this in the freezer, and this is gonna be for another time, because as of now I have my pot right here. It's got filled with, it's about, I would say, so it's yay here, filled with lovely juices, and then I have some chicken here. And so I'm going to quickly do some things now because of the fact that I'm making a chicken soup. And it's so funny, when I make one recipe I have to divide everything else because I don't need to use all the ingredients. So like I don't use all of the onions and carrots, so I'm going to freeze it. And now I'm running out of room in my freezer. I always do. And then for example, I have more chicken. So I got this tray. I put 4 in the oven pan right here, or this skillet, or this like casserole dish maybe. I put 4 in there because 4 is perfect for me and my son, and a little bit of leftovers as well. And then there's juices in there that I'm going to mix with the veggie stock. So that's going to be for the soup. So that's perfect and good. But now I'm left with chicken here, and I need to take care of it before I carry on with the rest that I need to do. I love tacos, and chicken mix is perfect. And then I'm going to leave 2 as plain. So that's the plan. 2 is going to be for one seasoning, and 2 is going to be plain. So I need a couple more. This is why it's so hard for me to not get Ziploc bags. It's just, it keeps it consistent for everything. It's just, I don't know. You let me know. Anyway, this is how it's gonna go. This is just how it's gonna go. So 2, I am gonna put in. So there's 1, and there's a 2. So this can be just plain chicken. I will use most likely for, I think I wanted to do a Caesar salad. I wanted to cook them, eventually dice them, and then pre-roll them with Caesar salad dressing, a nice green leaf, some Parmesan, some things like that. I'm going to make this one, I think I'm going to do a writing one here, and let me know. It's going to allow me to know what to, it's going to let me know what this is intended for. So I'm going to write for Caesar. I'm going to do Caesar wraps, because I had one yesterday. Oh my gosh, that thing revived me like no other. That one we're just going to leave plain. I think actually I'm going to add some salt to it right now really quick. It'll be good for us. There. Add some salt. Call it good. Just something really quick, because this one is going to take a second, and I just want to get this out of the way. Oh man, I have like no room in my freezer. I have to shove this in here. I have a deep freezer, but I need to figure out how I'm going to get it. So while that chicken is cooling down for me to shred, I'm going to get this one right here. I'm going to leave this in here because I'm going to bring out a tool. I think I can do it. I think I can use this tool while the chicken's in here. So this tool, I don't even know what it's called. Really. This is a brand. Oh, it's all right here. So not only is the brand here, it's a brand called Jacquard. It also explains what it is. It's a mini meat tenderizer. So what I'm going to do is pick my seasonings. We're not going to do paprika, that's spicy. I'm going to do, let's see here, sage, we're going to do chili. I know I have garlic in here somewhere. Where's my garlic? I need that garlic. Where'd it go? Come here. Come to mama. You're here somewhere. I know you are. I don't know. But we're going to do sage. We're going to do Cayenne pepper? Oh! No, we don't want cayenne pepper. It'll be okay. Ronan is going to be 3, so maybe he'll be okay. We're going to do that. I only did a little tiny bit. I wanted chili. Where did I put my chili? Let's see. Here it is. Chili powder. Brand new bottle. I need to do. Okay. Chili powder. What is going on with this? We are just gonna scrape our little fingers. There we go. Put that seasoning in. Gonna do that. We're gonna remove this cheek here. Put it right here in the sink. That'll be fine. Clean up. I'm gonna do some onion powder here. And then we're gonna do some black pepper. I'm gonna do a little bit of lime. I know I have lime. Where is it? We're gonna do a lime here. I wish I had all the ingredients ready, but I didn't get it ready because I get distracted. But I finish what I need to do. I at least do that. I do finish where I need to finish, at least. Especially when it comes to food. I don't have time to waste food. I don't have time to not have food or a meal ready. But okay, so lime, we're gonna squeeze that in. This just sounds so good. Okay. I'm supposed to cut myself because my finger is burning, but that's all right. Okay, then I'm going to take my, what do they call this again? Tenderizer. And all it does is it presses and it has all these pokes. And it's going to poke with this meat, get it nice and flattened out a tiny bit. Loosen it all up, I suppose. And then while I'm doing that, I'm pressing in all that flavor. And then flip this side and do it again. There. And then I'm going to mix these up. Well, not mix, but like massage with each other real quick. Yeah. Just get that a little bit going. Because eventually when I do cook these, they are going to be cooked with more seasoning. You know, it'll have most likely rice and beans. And so while I'm cooking that, I'll be adding on more of the chili and tomatoes and stuff to help embrace it. I just wanted to get it at least going and started with a flavor boost kick. A little kick of that. I don't know if I'm fully explaining it right. I'm going to use my elbow, turn on the water real quick. Wash my hands. And now I can grab my bag. And that's it. We're going to put that in my other bag here. Perfect. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm not only giving you the two. I've been giving him the extra cuts, but I forgot those two. Sorry, Beanie. Sorry, dude. Okay. So that is in there. My meat does not last very long. We are always cooking it. We don't really have backup meat. That is one thing that is a struggle. But, not so much a struggle, but, you know, it's not on the budget to have so much backup meat. I rather have, like, things that are, like, pre-ready. Like, I like to buy the bulk and split it up and so then I have it lasting for at least like a month because of the fact that I share with my son's dad. We take care of our baby together, and so I don't need all of this food because I'm not constantly cooking, even though I feel like I am, and maybe I am, but like it feels all doable. So I have like the next 2 weeks, or like the next week. So, oh gosh, I'm not even explaining it right. But like, yeah, it's just, I have like 3 different recipes that have all the meat that I need, and then we like have leftovers. And that's pretty much it. I don't really have, I'm not able to like buy 2 bulks of these and just have some frozen and pulled out. Like, I like to buy the meat fresh, and then I like to like flavor it, freeze it, and then pull it out when to cook. But not really like have like 3 trays of frozen chicken just in there, or Angus steak just frozen up in there for like next month or 2 months or so. Like, I wish, but I don't have backup meat. Let's just say that. Like, I don't have backup meat. I just have like meat that I plan to buy so I can like make a few recipes. Nothing serious. And plus I can't because I'm running out of room. So, now that is done. And that was all just because I wanted to make chicken noodle soup. It inspired me to make my broth, and it inspired me to make everything from scratch, and it also inspired me to stretch out the meat in the poultry that I'm buying as well, or like the sausage or the Angus or anything like that. Like, I get to at least get a bigger value pack. That way I can then separate the meat and then use it a few different ways, and that's exactly what I do, and I love it. So I wanted to show you. It works out. Okay, let's put this away now. Now that we did the prepping, that extra prepping for future meals, I can finish and carry on with this meal. And what I'm going to do now is I need a stainless steel bowl, some type of metal bowl here that can hold the heat temperature from the boiling water or the very extra super duper hot water that has been heating. Let's get it in here now. So all I do is I have a bowl, I'm going to get a strainer, and then I'm going to pour the broth into the bowl. And that's pretty much it. I had a little clip of it. Let me double check. This is usually where it's at, and I forgot that I washed it. So I've got a strainer here, and I like these. These rest on the lining of the bowl, and then you pour it in, and that's what I'm doing. So let's go ahead and get that there. Oh boy. I had to stop because it was getting full. And here it is. And I didn't even use all of it. Look at that. It's full, and I still have more in my pot. You see here? Still a ton more. I probably have at least another liter. So this can make me just boiling all my scraps and all in a regular size tall stainless steel pot. I don't know the measurement on here. Maybe it says. Let's see. Careful, Amanda. No, it's a cheap little pot, but oh my gosh, we've been loving it. So just a regular pot, and it can make you about a couple liters or more. I would say 2.5 liters of broth. So hopefully I could try to fill up my pot a little bit more next time to go for that 3rd liter. But yeah, 3rd liter. What is that? That is practically $5 I'm saving right there. And a headache. I'm saving $5. I'm saving a headache. I'm saving just time and energy, and I don't know, there's just something deep down that is just very special about when you get to use your skills and you get to make your own stuff. I'm just saying, like, it just feels like I get to really stay home. I get to do all that extra stuff. You know, I don't have to add it to the list or feel like I need to always afford for things. Like, I could afford stuff by using my time and all. It's really, I don't know, hopefully you can take your message. I'm hoping you, like, create your own message out of what you're seeing and going with that, because I'm not trying to tell you what to do. I'm just saying that you can do this too. So I got my soup ready. I'm going to go ahead and, honestly, maybe I can pour a little bit more in here. Let's try that, because I do want to get more. I want to use that pot itself for the soup that I want to make. So let me try and do that here. I'm going to pour more. Oh, so pushing it. Oh, so close. Okay. Way better. Alright. A piece of the vegetable fell into there, so I'm going to have to redo it. But that's okay. I can redo it in the pot anyways, because I'm going to need the pot. The pot is empty. There's no more juices. I'm just going to dump it in there. Alright, 1, 2, 3. Alright, 1, 2, 3. Bam. Alright, let's rinse this out. Okay, so first thing is first, I want to, there's a piece of vegetable in here, but I just want to, I see that it's good. I've got 99% of it done. It's just that piece of vegetable. I'm going to move on. I'm going to get it out eventually, but I really do want to get this next step for me done. I never really add potatoes, but I'm craving potatoes, and my son loves potatoes. So I ended up picking up some red potatoes, and we're going to add that to the soup. And I'm going to make them a little smaller. So I got smaller ones, and I think that will help. Just finished rinsing all of my potatoes and starchy stuff off. I rinsed off the sweet potatoes and the russet potatoes, and here are my red ones. I think this is so good, so fun. Just put them all in the sink and rinse them off. So now I'm going to mince these up, and I'm going to add them to my pot of soup. Let's get it going. Let's see. Another knife. Get another knife. Get another knife. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go now. This might take a hot second because I'm trying to make them small. To not only like fast cook, but because I don't want it to be bigger than any other vegetable. I want the rest of the vegetables to be pretty big, and then this one can get cooked quick and to be easy to bite into and bite and just take. I just want it to be soup size. I don't know what soup size, but all I'm doing is just cutting the potatoes in half 2 times, flipping it over, and just making them skinny like French fries almost. And then I'm going to twist them to the side. So instead of them being horizontal, I'm going to bring them up vertical. So instead of horizontal, I'm going to bring it up as if it's like towards the camera, so instead of this way, it's this way. And then we're going to cut and then make little butt squares. I wish I could show you, but I am at a different pace and different mindset. I want to get maybe a certain gear that can hold the camera at a different angle, so I'm able to show you what I'm doing. Maybe I can get some of these potatoes out of the way. Push, be gone. Okay, so here's your potato. Cutting it in half. Alright, taking half a potato, cutting that in half. And then laying that flat. Perfect. Then I'm going to make lines. Make pretty lines. And then I'm going to take it sideways again and cut it. Same concept. Lay these flat on. Make them flat. Not flat, make them thin, like French fries. So here's a half one. Cut. And this is what it's going to look like. And so you want to lay it flat. And then I'm going to cut it. And then I'm going to crunch them all together. Bend your fingers down. That way you're not cutting yourself. So you see, fingers are not, my nails, fingers, tips, they're good. And then I'm going to cut. And that's how you get little baby squares. Alright, let's do this process. Let's do it. I've learned it this way because ever since I figured it out how to do it this way, my potatoes they look like almost like trapezoids, or they're just too big. But you gotta like flatten it. You gotta lay your potato sideways after you cut. So every time you cut, flatten it down and keep cutting. Lay it flat. Sometimes you don't need to lay it flat to cut it. Sometimes you lay it flat just to cut it, but just to make the minis. Do it as many times as you can or want to in order to have good matching cuts first off, but they're small cuts. Like if you want smaller, the smaller the better for me, in my opinion. Especially when my son, he takes small bites, like he's still small, he's a baby. Well, he's a toddler now. Oh my gosh, he's a toddler. So cool. Goes so fast. Feels like it's not that you haven't changed, but it feels like you have stayed almost the same, and you get to watch people grow and right in front of you. That's pretty much what it is, having a baby. Cut it in half, lay it flat. Cut it in half, lay it flat. Cut, lay those flat. Lay them, there you go. Cut in half. Perfect. Twist to the side, and cut. Little squares, matching little squares, as like the other ones. That's how you get your matching ones. So cut, lay it flat, cut, lay it flat. And then you twist sideways, cut, and cut. Perfect. And so that is the deal. That is the process. That is the game. Alright, so I'm going to now start on my soup. I'm going to get this pan, the bottom pan hot. We're going to bring it up to almost high heat there. I'm going to take a strainer to this dish, and while I'm actually thinking about it, I'm going to do that. That way I can pour some of this out. I'm going to get a bowl, because it looks like I'm going to prep these potatoes instead of add them instantly, which is okay. Just means I have an extra dish. Sorry about my lighting, but right now I'm not feeling the best in my head and chest a little bit. Cut in half, flat, cut in half, flat, cut. Flat, cut in half, flatten, cut. And then we'll do that with this one too. And so I haven't been able to really stare at a bright light including my kitchen light. I tried to turn it on and I just had the biggest headache once I did. It was hard to stare at things. Flat, cut in half, flat, cut in half, cut in half. I'm also a sister. I stay an active sister because, you know, when we get older, our own lives can grab a hold of us and we can end up only focusing on that forever, honestly, sometimes. And even that can make you selfish a little bit. You know, I appreciate the idea of being selfish. What was that? Oh, this is just ready to turn on. So let's go ahead and add some juice to it now. Yeah, almost. That like scared me for a hot second. Scared my dog too. That's okay. Let's get the chicken out of the way. Here's one chicken. I didn't realize I turned on that pan way too hot. Oh, here's the chicken. Mmm. Nice. All right. Scrape my dish pan. See, like scrape that pan that the chicken was cooking in. Get all those juices in there. Get all that good stuff. This dish pan is still so hot. I'm going to stir it for a few seconds. I'm going to wait a minute, keep cutting potatoes. I'm sorry, I have to have it. I'm like looking at this chicken and I need to have a bite, another bite. One more. And once you get the hang of it, when you slice back, you barely lift your knife off. You barely don't even lift your knife. You don't even like lift your knife off of the cutting board. You can just go into a rocking position almost when you're in this cutting down to little tiny squares. So you just glide. Yeah. Let's go ahead and add these. We have our potatoes right here. We have a little bit more, but I think we're going to start adding potatoes in. I do want the potatoes to cook. And that's it. And then I'm gonna shred these potatoes and get them into the pot. I don't want to overfill this thing with just potatoes though. You know, potatoes. Oh, I mean, it's not, it wouldn't be against the law if I did. Another potato in it. Or you can just hold your potato steady here. Just hold it steady. You know, if you want to like create a claw, if you want, claw it down, clamp it, and hold it steady, and you can just keep slicing sideways. There. That way you have them all circular. You can do that as well. Thin it out again. So. Alright. And then. Boom. I don't like these ones, flat ones. They're going to be so small, I don't even need a time on how long to cook these potatoes. They're just going to cook as I go along and add my ingredients. By the time that I add all the ingredients and wait maybe 10 more minutes or 15 minutes for everything to soak in, these potatoes are going to be good and ready to eat. Like the whole soup will just be ready to eat. I don't know, just something about following your gut. It works. It works out. If you plan it to the best of your ability, it works with you. But because I'm planning on because I planned on cutting these small enough, it works. And I mean, red potatoes are small anyways, from what I'm seeing. I don't really get them a whole lot. I was just craving them with this. Craving them with this meal. Clamp it, hold it down. There. Okay. I think that was good enough potatoes. Alright, and then now and then here I have these. I have some celery and some carrots that I had chopped up at some point. It had to have been like weeks ago. I wish I would have dated it, so I need to. But these don't stay in my freezer for like months, barely 2. I'm cooking, so yeah. I would like to save. I save, for some reason, like my smoothies some batters they last longer in the freezer. I mean, I could be wrong, like my frozen bananas, sometimes these actually, like the scraps that stay frozen, sometimes it'll stay in there for a month, but for the most part, I am just cooking along. This is just to help me be semi-prepped and ready. Got onions, I've got carrots, I've got celery, and I've got red potatoes. All in there. And now I'm feeling pretty good to add the rest of this juice in with the stock. And I wanted to wait a second because I wanted to strain it too. So let's do that. Let's go ahead and just stick it to the tub. Like I literally just got the strainer on like that, like so. We're going to use a grip for safety here. I should turn off the oven, huh? Uh-huh. Let's do it towards us. There we go. 1, 2, 3. And it's just as packed full as any other. There we go. And that's our soup. Chicken chicken noodle soup. Chicken noodle soup. I did have some store-bought, because I was visiting. When it comes to like visiting my family, like my sister, my mom, they're both in different housing. When it comes to that, that's where I try to be a little bit more realistic and say, okay, well, I can't share what I've been making for my household, but I will get some things. And so there was some plan that had to do with me visiting my mom. I think this was the time where I bought this. So I do have a little bit left, so I'm going to add it. But I try not to do too much because my son's sick, and I just want to leave. I wanted to leave some for him. By the way, chicken stock and apple juice, perfect. You know, if you want your kid to drink something when they're sick, you can do a teaspoon of the chicken broth straight up. You know, heat it one sip at a time, like a little bit of a sip. Pressed to his lips. It was so cute. But if you just want fast little chugs, a little bit of chicken broth mixed with apple juice, and it's still, they don't even know. So I thought that was a fun little tip to let you know, because I know I didn't want to sit there. I wanted to, but I couldn't also at the same time. Like sit next to him and be like, okay, take a sip. Okay, take a sip. Every minute, and doing that for an hour. That there's only so much repetitiveness that I could do, and it was like 1 a.m. But okay, so now I have my chicken here, and I think we're just gonna shred it. Yep, we can do that. Yeah, we can get this with our hands. I was thinking if I needed a bowl, but we're on the cutting board. That's okay. We got everything here. There's juices in here. Oh, it smells so good. I'm trying so hard not to eat it. This is the fun part where I can't wait till when he's older and he's going to run beside me and he's going to be at my hip, sneaking his little fingers in and grabbing a piece and snacking on it. It'll be great though. Like, this is a great snack too. Just having some plain, good, seasoned, basic seasoning chicken. I don't know how to say it. I'm not good with my words. But, you know, I just know. I can just see him reaching over. He used to do that. He still does, anyways. But I don't know if he'll do that with chicken. We haven't quite done just plain chicken eating. And so, yeah. I'm sorry that it's dark, but my head, like, I know I don't sound this way, but I've focused on the idea of trying to stay as positive as I can for my sanity, that this is what I sound like. But my head is still pretty in a rough situation right now. So I'm sorry that it's dark, but I need it to be a little dim tonight. Just, like I said, we're sick, and I need to use up all of my energy to soon be having to pay attention on the road. This one's a little tough. Yeah, see, this is a lot of chicken, and I still have one whole one and a half of one. Yeah, there would have been no way for me to cook all of that and put it all into this pot. It's all about amount. How much you want to make. How big is the recipe, huh? How big do you want it to be? And it being that it's for 2 people, I just do a little at a time. Look at a little chicken here. Can you believe that I used to be vegan? I used to think about animals in a way that they deserved the same boundaries that we have, such as like rights to life. But humans don't have rights to life as we think we do. When it comes to the vulnerable ones, we don't give them rights. Just saying. The fact that we still are killing babies in the womb? I'm like, no. I know, I hear the whole, well, why would you add more pain then, if that's the case? And I just say, because chicken babies are not the same as a human baby. And the way that we've already have done the design of creating mass production on chickens, and how they can't stop having eggs, and chickens hatch, and their lifespan, it's just like, it's like, it was, I just have a gut feeling that this was the way it was meant to be. It was meant to have as many chickens, because they grow quicker than we do. Not grow up, but they produce way more and faster than we do. Like, to me, that tells me something. That tells me that they don't have the same purpose as we do. They don't have the same soul as we do. It's different. Their purpose is to, roam on the land, be there for a temporary amount of time. It's meant to be for temporary time. I don't even like looking after the animals that I do have. Like, I'm tired. I love them, but they are constant work. Children grow up and they thrive from you, and then they wean off of you, and they live their life. They still will have, there's obviously still connections, and they want to see them, but a chicken is always a chicken, for pluck's sake. Okay. Chicken? Good catch. There we go. Okay, so now that I have, this looks like 1 cup, 2 cups, 3 cups, 4 cups of chicken. Definitely. And now I'm going to kind of chop this up a little bit more. Get a little bit smaller if I can, for me and the baby, sorry. Perfect. Okay, there we go. More chicken in here. It's too late. Ronan's in bed. Alright, let me show you the final results. I wish I had bay, but like bay leaves and all, but that's okay. I have potatoes and that will be well worth it. I now just want to make this for about 15 minutes. See, even that is a lot of chicken. But so I'm going to go ahead and add a little bit more stock. I'm going to add the rest of that stock. Not the stock that I just made. I want to finish. Ooh. I'm just going to add the rest of that chicken stock to this. Just make a big soup. There we go. Okay, so I want to show you, and this is it. Still minced down chicken soup. Chicken soup. I totally forgot the noodles, but we're gonna just, that's okay. We got potatoes. There wouldn't be enough room for the noodles. That's okay. That is what I got. So, yeah, it'll work out. Thank you so much for checking my little video out. I hope you can learn from it. Let you know that you can make this, and this is just as good as like eating out and spending so much money now. Money is just, oh gosh, the cost of things now. It's so much. But yeah, wanted you to see it. Yeah, I love it. I love doing this. Okay. All right. See you later.